Welcome, everyone. Welcome to episode 21.
Hard to believe.
The Magic 21, Epic 21. Just looking back over the other ones, we've come a long ways. This is episode 21, Tech Shop Coffee Talk with your host, Ross and Bruce. Over to you, Ross.
Hey, Bruce. Thank you. Welcome. Glad to be here. Episode 21. Long
Magic
time ago that we had this vision and idea. Whoever thought we'd be here at 21.
Out of this world.
You've got it tonight. It is out of this world, full of energy, full of excitement. We're nothing more than two tech guys coming together to share what we do, what we love to do, what's going on, what's happening in the world. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down, take 15, 20 minutes and join us at Tech Shop Coffee Talk. Bruce, what's our subject tonight? And I know you've got a lot of excitement because you've been around the world this last week.
Well, okay. Technically only halfway around the world. So 16 time zones, no, 14 time zones, it's all good. What I would like to talk about, both that ties into travel and health, and also a little bit about my story from Cambodia there.
And that's huge right now going on with all the health side of everything in today's world, because we've got all the viruses hitting, and we've got the major big virus right now, which is the coronavirus.
Yes.
And it's a scary thing right now for a lot of people. It's sad, and it's a bad thing.
Now, I know a lot of people are quite concerned about the coronavirus, but also too, it's just like a lot of colds. It affects the very young, and it affects the very old, or people with a compromised immune system. So if you already have health issues and you catch this, it could be fatal. But someone like yourself or myself who's healthy, and if you caught this flu, it would just make you sick, and then you will recover. But it's still dangerous and deadly. But like in my province, or like your state, in the last 3 months, the normal flu, we've had 20 deaths because of the flu that's been registered in our hospitals here. We've had 20 deaths in the last 3 months from the local flu.
And that's, as well as I do, that's 90% of that is either an induced flu factor from our wonderful people that try to control us all, or two,
The media.
Yeah. And the simple weak immunity. And that is huge in today's society of maintaining your immunity and keeping it up with everybody. And, it's not in our foods. It's not in our way that we eat in our diets anymore. You got to look outside of your standard diets and standard foods to get, even what they call organic is not organic, but it's still, there is an organic factor to it. We know that, but
it's watered down organic.
Good terms there.
Yes.
That's why it's so important to hook up or tie into a, I call them a good health and wealth company.
Yes.
Because your health is your wealth, and you need a product of some sort to maintain that health, to improve your health, to increase your immune system. And, you just spent several hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, 24 hours of travel, 13 hours on one jet, and then an hour and a half on another, and 3 hours on another one. So
and for 24 hours, you're pretty contained to a certain amount of people and conditions,
yes.
and germs, and who knows what. All the more reason that is crucial. Having.
Can I speak now? I've been involved at two different health and wealth companies, healthness and wellness companies in the last couple of years, and they both sold a similar product. I won't get into what that product is, but that product, I was taking that on this plane, this trip, and I never got food poisoning, never got the Montezuma's Revenge. I never got any kind of sickness while I was in Cambodia. Just if you build up your immune system, like this product I take, I know for a fact it builds up my immune system, and it keeps me healthy and strong. I can dabble in that food that's maybe not cooked 100% to the FCC standard or whatever, but
Not your
if
general
you,
barbecue.
you're not your general barbecue, it might be more dip in for a minute and take it out and try it, and it might be still moving, but we won't go there. But the if you have a strong immune system, if you really invest in your body, it can help you. Like me, a lot of people don't think I'm as old as I am, because partly the last 7 years I've been investing in my health by taking this nutritional supplement, and it's actually slowed down my aging a bit.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I'm getting younger, but it's I do. It has slowed my aging process a bit. Plus, I don't get as sick as often. I don't get as stressed as often, and it's amazing. So, that being said, when the day I left was the 26th of January, and the 25th is when if you look at the news story started to peak in China there about that virus, and so my family in Cambodia, they're very concerned, very, very concerned about me, that we actually went to a drugstore and bought a box of 50 medical masks, and they wanted me to take them all and wear them. I said, no, I only need 5. I'll put one on. You're fine. But trust me, I know how healthy I am. I don't even catch the flu or cold here in Canada. I have 2 kids. One goes college, one goes, in junior high. And
Mhm.
whenever flu or cold comes around, they're always coming home and bringing it home with them and coughing on everything. And,
Imagine that.
and you open the doors and the cupboards and it's there, but I never get sick because my immune system is built up and strong. So
Mhm.
I know if I was to even get on this airplane and people even have that virus, I feel as strong as having a hazmat suit on as having a strong immune system. When your immune system is strong and healthy, you'll be able to fight off that other virus quicker, and or it won't even stick to you. But
Mhm.
out of love and compassion to my family, I'll listen to them, and I put on the mask, and I wore this mask for 25 hours straight. But I did not feel alone, because when I left Cambodia and flew to Taiwan, I'd say 70% of the aircraft and the stewardess all had masks on.
Mhm.
People at security, people at the counter, everyone was wearing masks. When I got into Taiwan, I'd say there's only about a handful of people I saw not wearing masks there. Everybody was wearing masks. And then when I
Wow.
flew into Vancouver, only about half the people there were wearing masks, half weren't. But I wore it all the way back to Calgary, and I thought, why I've worn it this far, why take risks? So
Yep. And a lot of to go along with that, Bruce, a lot of that is mindset and
yes,
high energy, and keeping that high energy up and keeping that mindset up in a good mindset uh, energizes the body, which energizes
yes,
the cells. And that goes along with all of the products that we're taking and you're taking and that are evolved. They're they're antioxidant products.
hmm
They're and like you keyed on one. Any type of product of that nature is very anti-aging
yes,
product also. Those are huge factors in a health product, and any good health product will have some of those effects along the way, and that's important, and that's part of keeping that immune system alive and strong and healthy. I got into this business
hmm
and process when I was a kid. We were on vacation. I got into a skin disease factor, and
okay,
that's what led my family on to a health journey, because we met some people that gave us a product that helped us out, and it made all the difference in the world to me at a 12-year-old kid. um, and ever since then, that's been a mindset change. It's been a process change.
yep,
That also, it's interesting talking about that, because I even had a conversation last night and started in an email conversation with a guy today that
Yeah.
ran that company back then 30 some years ago.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? We're speaking and having a conversation about more business. You
Isn't that
know,
crazy?
and that was a health company there then, and
Yeah.
their products are just even that much more at this point.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and that's still around, and that company's still around, and they even got more products out now. So we're looking at those things too. So a lot of
I just have one complaint about like the product I've been using for the last 7 years. It's been amazing, but I have one complaint. I can't play the piano now.
oh no.
I couldn't before, but I can't now either. So
Well, I'm going to change that because since I'm the opposite, so maybe
yeah.
I gained it from you. I can't play the piano, but I am learning the banjo. So
Okay.
that has helped my mindset clear to think in notes and music, which I could
Yeah.
never do as a kid. So
Well, I
that's
took
funny.
clarinet. I took clarinet in junior high, and well, 6 years of clarinet, and then when I went north, I joined a church there, and I ordered a saxophone from a place. They put it on an airplane. I got it. I ordered it on a Friday. They threw it on the jet. I picked it up like the next day, and I started playing in church on that Sunday.
Uh,
So
I took guitar lessons as a kid, and every person teacher that I took guitar lessons from left and quit.
so they said you should take up the banjo because yeah.
No, it was several years after that my wife decided maybe I should do a banjo, and so far that's been good. Matter of fact,
Banjo with bluegrass is amazing though. It's a lot of fun. Eh?
oh, it is. I love the sound. I love the music, and I'm even
Yeah,
working on trying to design my own banjo now just for the fun of it. But
nice, nice, nice.
yeah, it's something to do. But
So so I didn't realize we both are both musical too. You notice when you're technical, you think this way, but when you do music, it's like you're reaching way over here. And
it's like another language.
I find techs I work with that are both musical and technical think so much more holistically than people that have no music background in them. It's
Hmm.
amazing. I've worked with
Hmm.
techs. They when they're this technical, like they're very 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 smart, but they only look in one direction. Whereas me, I don't look at the same depth as they do, if I can explain it that way. But I'm saying, whoa, have we thought of looking to the left or the right? And I've actually solved some very complex
Hmm.
problems a lot differently, and they're just shaking their heads saying, how did you
How
ever,
I
how?
deal with that daily, and
Yeah.
dealing with the different texts that I have, um, Bruce. I've come up. There's about three different versions or mind thoughts and thinking, and different way they're wired.
Yeah.
And you've got the one that wants to prove the world that he's right,
Yeah.
and maybe has the training or doesn't have the training. You have
Yeah.
the one that can't grab the concept of what is the whole picture. I can
Okay.
see this part, I can see this piece, I can see that wire, but I can't see what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's wired. Um, then I deal with the ones that they think they know it all. They've worked on 100 of them, but they've never really been challenged.
Mm.
And they've just been lucky to solve the problem on an easy go.
Yeah. So they think, and they keep building up their confidence, but they've never been challenged. Yeah, I know what you
They've
mean.
never hit the challenge. And when they hit the challenge, they just stop dead in their tracks.
Ooh.
And this is what separated me from the business, and from that actually put me into business, is when I would go out, I got sent out on many a calls and many a details of where, you went through the troubleshooting, and you rip your hair out going, why? What's the purpose? What's the reason? What's the cause? And
Hmm.
I got the point of what made me different, that made it work, is not only did I go fix the problem, but what is the problem that caused the problem?
Correct. You need
Okay,
to solve the problem. Don't just put duct tape on and say it's
because
working. Goodbye. Don't,
because
you've got to ask the question.
there's something creating that problem. If you can
Yes.
go solve the problem that's creating that problem, now you will fix it permanently, more or less.
Yeah.
That eliminates it from occurring again over and over and over. Most of the guys around here, they just go fix it and they're back. They go fix it and they're back. They go fix it and they're back. It's like, no,
We
no,
have
no, no, go one
even
step
our
farther.
company. Some of the old folks, they don't want to fix it because they get called out on the weekend, and that's more money in their pocket. That's beer money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've got
And that's ethically that's wrong.
I've got one tech right now that he's come a long ways. He was actually a plumber. Now he's a tech, so he's
Mhm.
happy about that. But it's just that in his world and what he's doing, he's finally got smart enough to go, okay, I've got a problem. I don't know what to do next, and I don't know
Mhm.
how to solve it. And he's gotten smart enough to just call me on the phone and say, now what do I do?
Nice, nice.
You
At least
know,
you got them going in the right
I
direction.
do. And the great part of it is so now I go with this head butting factor, and I have
Yeah,
to go back through and it's well, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you
yeah,
do
yeah,
eliminate everything that he did? Now I have to step to the next level, and the next level says, all right,
yeah,
sequence of operation. It's here.
yeah,
Because it's here, it's A, B, or C. Because it's
yeah.
A, B, or C, it's got to be this, this, or this. And then he just starts. He's just like he just stops and he's brain wrecked, and he goes, "It's like, how do you know that?" And I'm like,
Because you have to think holistically. You got to
"Well,
look at the big
it's
picture and
it's
look
the
at
big
each
map.
piece. Yeah,
It's the big map. It's the
yeah,
road path to each map, and
yeah.
then on top of that, it's the problem solving of what are the things that can cause that.
Right.
And
And all the pieces are connected together. And if you miss one piece, you can be,
yeah, and
yeah,
I had an episode today that he after talking with me, he determined that this is the problem with it. And I'm like, I get that. I says,
yeah.
now determine is that the problem, or is something over here this causing that problem? And in a nutshell, the problem was a grounding factor. It wasn't grounded.
Ooh.
Okay. So afterwards of grounding it, we improved the problem that was there.
Mm.
But because it wasn't grounded, it's now weakened and not going to work properly even with the ground.
Hmm.
And I went back to the other guy that's worked for me for 10, 12 years, and he's
Yeah.
been in the business for 40 some years.
Wow.
And he's an electrician, and I ask him a question or two. Just I bounce things off of him for his knowledge and for info
Yeah.
and to make him feel good sometimes. And I bounced the knowledge off of him, and I asked him, and he's like, well, that doesn't matter. He said, it's been working all this long. It's not a problem. I'm like, no,
Yeah. No, ground is there for a reason.
that's the whole principle.
It's safety.
It's not only safety, but here in a case, it's a signal
Yeah.
that the system is looking for because of the ground.
It
And
needs the
with
proper balance for it to
it
all,
needs the balance. And if it doesn't have that balance, it's out of, like you say, it's out of balance. It doesn't, will it work? Okay, it's worked for
it,
3 years.
it could, but if there's a little hiccup, it's going to blow up really bad.
And
Whereas if you have the grounding there, it'll trip off.
yeah, and so his question is why did it work for 10 years, or why did it work for 3 years? Well, it worked for those many years because this factor over here
Was broken.
this factor over here aided it.
Yes.
And an upgrade to the house came along, and because the
Uh-oh.
upgrade to the house came along, it since took away the backup factor of the grounding factor that it was
Yeah,
getting.
yeah, yeah.
It's
You
just,
went from copper, you went from a copper pipe to a new PVC, and there
and
goes your
it's,
backup ground, and a big mess.
and right now I'm dealing with a lot of things on frequencies. um
Yes.
that's your bag of tea.
I understand frequencies from zero, from DC to light.
so
I
so
dealt with.
answer this for me, Bruce. Maybe you can enlighten me a bit.
Okay.
um this critter right here is
That's a cell phone.
it's a frequency device, okay?
Yes, sir. It transmits and receives.
Yes. And this right here is going to be a major medical issue in the next 10 to 15 years.
When we go 5G, we're going a lot wider frequencies in different levels. Yeah.
It's already,
Yes.
Bruce, it's already in 4G.
Yeah. 4G is
Because
pumping out a lot of power. Well, it's
because I
only,
can tell you this, I can turn on a bunch of apps
yeah.
and it's affecting me.
Yeah. So some people are more sensitive to RF than others. And it's just like, you know, some people are sensitive to noise. The 5G is so 3G, the bandwidth is like this, and it's not too bad. Before that, we were 2G, and we're putting out 5 watts. Your cell phone, you could have it up to you. If you're way out in the country and far away from the transmitter, it could put out, up to the original brick one was 5 watts. Then we went to the smaller phone, and it's 1 watt. Your phone you have there will only put out 100 milliwatts, which is 1/10 of a watt. The 5G will also only do a maximum of 100 milliwatts, but the bandwidth keeps getting wider and wider and wider and wider. And
Wow.
the more, you know, you're putting a lot wider bandwidth next to your body, it's not healthy. Do you know,
It's coming.
as a tech, whenever someone calls me, I never put a cell phone up to my ear,
Yep.
ever, especially with the planet behind me. No,
Yep.
because a cell phone radiates. And what I do is I always plug in a cord and put it to my earphones, and I talk. I will either put it on speakerphone or I
A
will
smart
earphone.
move. Yep. Yep. So you know what? And since we're on to it, here's tonight's tip, Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay. Do yourself a favor. 2 things. Number 1, turn your phone off at night
Hmm.
and don't have it. Most people sleep with their phone by their bed, still on and still charging and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Charge it, but shut it off.
Put it in airplane mode.
Stop the signals, get it away from you. The second thing is, it's a germ bath. Go wash it. Go clean it.
Yeah.
We
But
all need to do it.
here again, it builds up your immune system.
There you go. Oh,
That's one thing. You know, all those antiviral bacteria soaps and stuff. You take that and you wash it, and it kills all the bacteria on your hand and stuff. Well, that weakens your immune system because your body needs bacteria to stay strong. So the way we wash your hands and stuff, if you're using all those bacteria soaps and stuff that kills 99.9% of all the bacteria on your hands, it actually weakens your immune system, and it creates a lot of diseases that we have, but we won't go there.
you bet. You bet.
They say plumbers are that have the strongest immune systems out
Oh, I'll tell you what. I know a couple of them in town. I wouldn't do what they do. I've seen what they do, and I wouldn't do what they do.
I hear you, but so that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother topic. Yes, that's
Yes,
another
sir.
podcast for sure. So, but no,
But back to flying from from Cambodia through Taiwan and then back to Canada. I wasn't too worried about the virus because I knew I've invested in my body and my immune system. It's not perfect because eating some of the stuff I ate over there, you know, I think I compromised my immune system a little bit, but I did not get sick, and I do know I have a strong immune system. So, you know, if you invest in yourself, in your health, it pays off in the long run.
it does. It does in many ways. In many
Yeah.
ways. So, hey, you want to know more about what Bruce does and what I do? Jump on, join us, click down below. We're gonna work on getting some better links and better info down there right now, just because things are in kind of limbo, and
Yeah.
that's life. Things are up and things are down. So you know, right now, we still want you to come join us and catch up with us, see what's going on. We've got free tools to offer, free info, free things.
Yes, sir.
Same time, we got paid programs that that we're getting involved with too, that are helping people to build online and grow. We want to be here for you
Yes, sir.
like we say, grab your cup of coffee, come join us, learn with us, grow with us, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. So
also too, like, share, and comment on both of these videos. And we apologize. There's one of us that has an accent, and when I'm trying to adjust the screen, but I can't fix the accent. So I'm not sure how we're going to do that. But one of us has an accent, and I'm not sure how we're going to be able to fix it.
I don't know, but if you see that screen there behind me, it's sure bringing an accent out. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
that's my accent's quite a ways away from yours.
Oh, Bruce, you
It's
know
all good.
what? I am glad that you're back home. I'm glad that things are back settled. We're going to get back into the grind again a little bit deeper,
Yes, sir.
have a lot more
Yes,
fun.
sir.
Thanks for joining us for episode 21. We hope you come
Life is
back.
amazing, and I look forward to everyone that keeps sharing this, because like I say, Ross and me are just going to keep going and talking about some tech stuff, and who knows what could come down the pipe next. We might be talking about who got impeached next, who's going to get impeached next time.
Yeah, I'm glad that's over. So, you know, it brings back into a Jim Rohn quote, the setting of the sail.
Yes.
It's time to set the sail and set a new course, and
Yeah.
let's get things rolling. So, hey, come join
Awesome.
us. Let's have fun. Glad you're here, Bruce, and let's go travel the world. Let's have fun, and
For sure.
let's drink some healthy products and coffee.
That's the way to change your life.
See you next week, same place, same time. Have a great week.
Thanks, Ross.
Have a good one.
Awesome.